What's up, guys? Brian Marquesano here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get more people to like you. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my secrets and the number one secret of how you can get more people to like you, how you can be a more likable person. So let's hop into it. What are we going to cover in this video? So today's video, we're going to talk about how to be more attractive to women. Okay, so how to get more dates. We're going to talk about how to become more likable towards men. So getting more friendships. And I'm going to also discuss what you need to do in order to get more people to like you more frequently and the actions that you need to take. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's just hop into this. I want to talk a little bit about what is it that makes people like you in the first place. So here we go. Making people like you ultimately boils down to one thing. It's going to be your behavior. It might seem kind of obvious. It's really less about what you're saying and what you're doing, but in person, what it boils down to is your behavior, how you're acting, and how people are feeling in your presence. So humans are very subconsciously intellectual beings. They pick up on subtle signs and cues that guide our decisions subconsciously and unconsciously. So men and women are designed to subconsciously scan you and analyze your behavior, which is going to be things like your vocal tonality. It's going to be your body language. It's going to be your micro expressions. It's going to be the subtext of what you're saying. So it's not actually even the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, but it's what is being interpreted between the lines. So I want you to understand that aspect of this. So here's the secret. The secret about what makes people like you, how to get more people to like you if that's a problem that you're facing, is what other human beings are picking up on is your own personal self-perception. So they're scanning and analyzing and they're detecting your level of what we call inner high value. So it's how valuable you believe yourself to be in your own mind. So this either attracts people to you or it repels people from you. So people don't like you because you don't like yourself. Let's get into that a little bit deeper here. What exactly is inner high value? So, like I mentioned before, humans like you based off of behaviors that you exhibit, and your behaviors are going to be guided by your subconscious mind and what you subconsciously think about yourself and what you subconsciously feel about yourself. So it's all in the subconscious. It's not on the surface level. So your level of inner high value is subconscious to you, and your level of inner high value makes people like you in a way that is subconscious to them. So you can never attract a woman that you subconsciously think is too good for you. So if you guys are struggling in dating, if you guys are struggling just with women in general, it doesn't matter if it's a cold approach. It doesn't matter what the context of the situation is when you're standing there, or you're speaking to this person face to face, in the back of your head, you're either thinking one of two things. I'm good enough for this person or I'm not. And if you don't think that you are, then there's nothing that you can do or say that will save you. Absolutely nothing. Not social circle game, not cold approach, pickup artistry. None of these things actually make it work for you. So the only thing that you need in order to be attractive is to have an inner level of self-perceived value where you truly believe in the back of your mind that you are good enough for this person. And that's going to be conveyed in your behavior in ways that you can't even practice. So keep that in mind. That's extremely important to understand. So the same thing with friends, guy friends. You can never make friends with a guy that you subconsciously think is too cool for you, or that you think is cooler than you or better than you. You're just going to act out and behave in ways that is going to come across as weird. If people think you're weird, if girls think you're creepy, it's because not of what you're saying. It's not even about practicing your delivery. It's about your inner state. It's about your level of self-perceived value. So the main thing that you can focus on are ways that you can increase your level of self-perceived value. That should be your main and primary focus. I mean, that should be one of the most important things to you. So we call this inner game. We call it internal high value. You have to make yourself like yourself more. You need to sell yourself on yourself more. And that's what's going to be like what gets other people to like you as well. So that's what this is about here, is how to get internal high value. So there's three things that I've come up with that I think are pretty solid. Best place for everybody to start off. So it's going to be discipline, mastery, and self-talk. let's go into each of those three topics real quick. So discipline. I put this as the first one because I think it's the most important fundamental. So the best form of discipline is self-discipline. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to force yourself to do something that you know that you should do, but maybe you kind of don't want to do it initially. So that's where we talk about this concept of delayed gratification. So this is daily habits. I'll give you a couple of examples. Think about your workspace, right? How can you go above and beyond, and how can you do something each day or something each week that puts a structure in place for you to have discipline and accomplish a result? So for example, me making this video right now. So I, to be honest, like don't really always feel like putting these slides together, turning on the camera, hopping on and talking into it, right? There's times where I don't feel energetic, I don't feel comfortable, but here's the thing is that if I'm going to have self-discipline, I'm going to make one of these videos per week. So there's one concept. The other is the easy example of exercise. So you can either start going more frequently, like add an extra day, or you can take it a step further and add an extra workout and start going twice per day. So pushing harder is another way to do it. That's a little harder to measure. And I just want to give you guys a quick example of this. So back in 2023, there was a 2-month period where I went completely sober. I was working out twice per day and my nutrition was on point. Now I was still going out, but I was going out sober. And the thing that was really incredible to me, where I really started to actually like figure this out and internalize this for myself, is in that period of time, because I was doing these things in the moment, I really didn't want to be doing them. In the moment, I was actually quite frustrated, but I knew that I wanted to try to test this out and achieve it, an alternative outcome. And what was happening was that because I was doing these things, the way that I was actually showing up in person, what was happening in my subconscious mind was I felt like such a dope human. I felt like I was doing so well for myself that people were lucky to be talking to me. Like you develop almost this illusion or these delusions of grandeur inside of your mind. So what happens is you start taking the right actions and you begin to feel more entitled. You begin to feel more deserving of the success that you want. So you begin to slowly convince yourself that you're worthy of what you want because you're doing the things that you don't like or that you know you need to do more often. So your entitlement starts to come up. And this is what's coming through in your interactions. The way that you're speaking and the way that you're carrying yourself, even the things that you naturally start doing are going to be more in line with success. So you simply just feel more deserving. And that's what's happening here. So discipline is the number one. Let's go on to number two here, which is mastery. So you can't really achieve mastery without discipline. Now, this is just getting really good at something. So discipline obviously ties into this. That's where it starts off. But when you begin to succeed in your job role, or you succeed in a particular skill set, or you make some kind of massive progress in a specific area of your life, your internal value raises and this begins to come through. So when you focus on mastering aspects of your life, some really good examples are excel in your career. There was a point in time where I was the top producing loan officer at the firm that I worked at. When I excelled with my social circle, that's another really good example to go for as well. Excelling in your fitness is another really good avenue that you can go down. And then one that I think gets overlooked is studying up on a specific topic. So mastering one of these areas is a really good place to start. Just pick one. So I've massively succeeded in studying social dynamics a long time ago. All I had to do was go to free resources. I was reading free books. I was listening to podcasts every day, and I was watching YouTube videos every day. So this is free and accessible to anybody. But because I was consuming so much in my free time, I actually began to become an expert and become like really like a master in the material. And this was before even testing out anything that I'd learned. But because I had in my mind done something that made me feel like I had a specific knowledge, my internal level of value was raised up. So in my head, I was like, I've learned all these things. Now I have something that I bring to the table. So because I felt like I had more to bring to the table, that's what allowed me to succeed with creating my social circle, right? So it wasn't just what I learned, but it was how I felt about myself because of what I learned. So succeeding in my social circle then allowed me to succeed in business, Like this business that I'm running right now would have never succeeded if I didn't succeed with social circle first, obviously. And so, I mean, once I massively, massively succeed in business, I mean, that's when you're like, welcome to the top 0.01%, right? So, it all came back to mastering learning something. So, because I learned so much, my inner value went higher. My brain began to think that I brought more to the table, and that's what helped me with people. So you have to understand that mastery is really important. So just pick one of these aspects, careers, fitness, social circles, study up on a topic. It's all about the way that you're interpreting yourself at the end of the day. And that's why the last one is self-talk, because one simple thing that every single one of you guys watching this video can do right now, aside from all of like the raw action, this is going to be more about like instantaneous reprogramming. So write down all of your greatest accomplishments in life. Write down the time that you got perfect A's. Write down the time that you won the soccer tournament. Write down the time that you got awarded the top producer award. So write down all of the things on a piece of paper that you're proud of. All of the things that you've accomplished and the things that really, stand out to you that make you feel pride. And then write down reasons that you are a badass person. Why are you valuable right up until this point? Because you have some level of value, right? I mean, here's the thing is like, if you're alive, you're surviving, like you're not, I mean, if you're a person that's functioning in society, then to some degree, you have some level of value, like you've accomplished something, right? So write that down. What is it about you that you're uniquely bringing to the table? And what this is going to do is it's going to massively help you increase your inner high value and thus start behaving in ways that are more attractive. That's the secret here. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Drop a comment if you got any suggestions on some different videos that I should make. I appreciate you guys checking this out. Peace.